The year was 2002 or around the beginning of 2003, and I was still living at the Driftwood Inn in South Modesto. Me, my mom, and two sisters were living there together. It was just a regular day when me and my family had noticed there was a new car in the parking lot. We were doing what we did regularly, like going to school and go to the store when it was time to get some groceries. The new car was a primared Honda, and it was on small donut tires with no hubcaps. The car was located a few rooms to the left of our room. Me and my family were now thinking about whose car it was. We were now thinking, is it a pimp, hoe, weirdo, or a new family? Our imagination was running wild, and we were determined to find out. I was hoping it was a new family so I had new friends to play with. A few days had slowly passed, and we went through our normal days like usual. We would look out the front door or through the window to see if anyone had came to the car yet, but nothing. After a while, we were now thinking it was probably just a stolen car that was abandoned. Later in the night, that day, I decided to look out the window of our room. I then got up off the bed and I began walking towards the window that was located to the right side of the room. I then pushed the curtain open and I peeked outside. I now could see an old, short-haired lesbian with a water hose trying to siphon gas from the car. The hose was already inserted into the car's gas tank opening. She was crouched down next to the car and she was wearing jeans with a plain shirt. Her skin was wrinkled and it had also looked like she had no teeth. She had a gas can already prepared for the gas. She then gave the cut water hose a few blows and gas then quickly began coming out. The lesbian then spit out some gas from her mouth on the concrete parking lot. She then immediately put the water hose into the empty gas tank. She was now coughing pretty hard and it had looked like she was gonna vomit. I was watching through the window and a few minutes had passed and the gas was still coming out. I knew she hit the jackpot and had just came up fat. I then went and told my family about it and we all started laughing. I then told them we should have stole the gas because it seemed like it had a full tank. We then laughed some more and we're all thinking, damn, that's crazy. Eventually we all had went to sleep because we had school the next day. Many hours later, it was now the next day and around 7 a.m. so I was wide awake and so were my sisters. I was getting showered and ready so our dad could take me to Tuolumne Elementary School. My little sister went to a different school since there was no room there, and my other sister was older and went to Blaker Kinzer in Sirius, California. I got ready like usually and I put some random clothes on. I was now in the restroom and I then twisted open my gel container. After grabbing it a lot, I combed my hair to the side. Once I was done getting ready, I then went and watched some MTV or VH1 since there was always good music videos on. I was eventually picked up by my dad in his small white Nissan truck and I was taken to school. The day went by fast since school wasn't that bad and my teacher, Miss Seaman, wasn't too bad. Once school ended around 2 or 3 p.m., I began walking home through the barrio neighborhood. I seen the strange stuff like usually that is found on 9th Street, but I was used to it. I had gotten home pretty fast because I walked quickly through the hood. Once home, time had passed by quickly, and I did what I usually did, like eating and watching TV. A few hours later, it was now night time, and I had suddenly heard some banging outside. I then got up off the bed and I then ran to the window. I was now looking through the open curtain and I was surprised at what I seen. It was the Tweakers kids smashing in the abandoned car's windows. They were on top of the car, stomping the front window out, and I think they had some kind of bat. They had looked like they were having fun, and I wanted to join them too, but I knew I couldn't. I then told my sisters and my mom about it. They told me, just go to sleep, you got school. I then went back to bed and I laid down. I fell asleep after a while when the breaking of the glass could not be heard anymore. It was now the next day and my dad was back to take us to school like usually. He had noticed the glass was all over the parking lot and he then immediately began complaining. He then told my mom to tell the old owner of the driftwood about it. My mom had told him okay, that she would when she sees him. I was quickly taken to school in his Nissan truck again. The day went by like usually again. Many hours later, I was home again at our room. I had seen the car was still there. My mom and me were both walking down the old cracked parking lot. We had just seen the owner, so we headed in his direction. The owner was a tall old Middle Eastern man, and his hair was dark since he dyed it often. It was blended with white and black because it wasn't fully dyed. Once we were next to him, my mom then told him about the broken glass situation. He then told her he would take care of it. We then walked away and were now heading back to our room. I then asked my mom, "Can I please break some windows on the car?" She then told me no, because they will blame it all on you. I then told my mom, "What the fuck? Why can they do that and I can't?" I was now full of anger and thinking, damn, the owner didn't do anything about the car for a while, and we had to hear about our dad complaining every day about the glass. Around a week later, the car was picked up by a tow truck and finally hauled away. 9th Street really is a shithole.